Good afternoon and welcome back. It's Taco Friday here in the media room at the Final Four. And we're at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, as media activity continues throughout the stadium this afternoon. We'll be joined in just a moment by the head coach of the Syracuse Orange, Jim Boeheim. Syracuse student athletes are available in the locker room for your questions and answers, as well as in breakouts until 1:40, when Trevor Cooney and Michael Benajay will join us here in the main interview room. As a reminder, if you're joining us, please silence your cell phones, no flash photography, and no recording of video in this room from now until the rest of the weekend. That includes social media video as well. Coach Boeheim is now here from the Syracuse Orange. We'll ask Coach Boeheim to tip things off with an opening statement. Then we'll take some questions.
Well, I think we've said enough. I'll take questions.
Let's look for the first question for Coach Boeheim. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Our microphone stewards in attendance will bring the microphone to you. And we have one for Mike.
Mike Waters from the Syracuse Media Group. Jim, what do you take from the first two meetings with North Carolina? And just in general, what is it like to play a team for the third time in a season?
Well, I think we know that how good they are. We played pretty well in both games and still couldn't win. So we know that. We also know that we were close in both games. So I think and obviously you're familiar. We're familiar with them. They're familiar with how we play. But I'm not sure, other than that familiarity, how much it plays into the game. I mean, it's still come down to who plays well tonight and or tomorrow night and whatever happens. They're a tremendous team. They've got tremendous size and depth, and they can hurt you inside or outside. So again, we know how good they are, and that's. But at this stage, you're going to go out and try to play your best no matter what. You don't have any tomorrow if you don't play well.
We're going to move. Go ahead, Coach. We're going to move to the center.
Jesse Doherty from the Daily Orange. Jim, the length at the top of your guys' zone is often associated with defending the perimeter, but how important can it be in this game to denying their guards from entering the ball into the post, high post, et cetera?
Well, your defense, whatever defense you play, is obviously North Carolina gets the ball inside as well as any team in the country. They always have. And they get the ball up the court as well as anybody in the country, and you have to be prepared for those things, those two things particularly when you play North Carolina.
We're going to swing over to the left side for Dan.
Jim, Dan Wolken from USA Today. How and when did you come to the philosophy of playing a tighter rotation, and is depth overrated?
Well, if you look carefully, during the year, Kansas played 11, most of the 10-11, and the tournament they played 7. And if you look at most box scores, you might see 9 guys there, but usually 2 of them play 2 minutes and 7 play. I think that's pretty true of almost everybody, and it always has been. It's just something that's overlooked. I'd like to have 7. I'd like to have 8. I'd like to have one more guy, but you can, as long as players can play different positions, and we have 2 or 3 guys that can play different positions, I think you can get by with 7. I think zone tends to, you tend to get fewer guys into big foul trouble. And man-to-man, there's a lot of situations where teams are going to be isolated and driving, and if you get a guy with 2 or 3, they're going to try to isolate and drive that guy. You can't really do that against a zone, so we can protect guys better. Foul trouble's less of an issue for us, although, it can be. But I think the number of players you use in tournament play goes down for everybody, and I think we feel that we could bring another guy or 2 off the bench if we had to, But if we don't have to, we won't.
Let's make a move over to the right side for Zach.
Zach Schomburn with the New York Times. Jim, you've known Mike Hopkins is going to be the head coach in waiting since 2007, probably earlier. What informed you then that he was going to be a good future head coach, and has anything changed 10 years later, considering the 9 games that he took over?
No, the 9 games have nothing to do with it. That was my team, and you can't coach somebody else's team, especially a team that's in such flux as ours. If he'd have coached the last 6 games, then they would have said, well, he can't coach because he lost 5 of the 6. But, I coached those games. So, no, that's not a good sample. Mike has proven to me over and over again that he understands the game, the players, the other things that surround what a head coach has to do. He's much better than I am with the media, which probably isn't hard to be. And he's great with the players, probably better than I am. He's a great recruiter. He's really good with the fans and alumni. Again, much better than I am. And he understands what we do and how to coach. He's worked with great pro players with the Olympics and the World Championships, and he's done everything you need to do to be prepared to be a head coach. He's much more prepared than I was to be a head coach. I always thought it's better to get a great assistant who you really see that potential in to be the next head coach rather than hiring a head coach from another place who's had a completely different experience, maybe one at a smaller school. That doesn't translate all the time. Sometimes it does, but not all the time. But if you look at the great coaches that I've seen, whether it's Mike Krzyzewski or Bob Knight, and I mean, you can go quite a bit further. They got their head coaching jobs from being an assistant, and we're pretty good.
We're going to go all the way to the right side, to the right of the aisle.
Hi, Coach Andy Siegel with ACC Digital Network. From a coaching and leadership standpoint, how do you approach managing the different personalities and players that you have on your team, with different skill levels and personalities that you have? How do you approach that?
Well, every player is different. I think every player has different skill levels. You can have a little bit different expectations for every player on your team, and you handle players differently. The old saying that you treat every player the same is not true. I don't think it was ever true. I don't know who came up with it. Probably a football coach, because they deal with 100. We deal with 7 or 8. But everybody's a little different, and you have certain basic things everybody does. Everybody comes on time, and everybody has to do certain things. But everybody's a little different, and I think the key to being a good anything, coach, manager, teacher, whatever you want to say, is the ability to be flexible, and not only with your players, but with everything you do and your strategies, to have some flexibility. Probably could run for president with that attitude. We seem to have a lot of those people, pretty flexible. But I think that's a hard thing too, to be flexible. I think anybody can be black and white, strict. This is the way it's going to be done. It's easier to do it that way, but I don't think it's better. And so I would say we try to be flexible and work with our guys, and we do treat them a little differently. And I think I try to be hard on guys when we first get them, really hard to try to get them to what we need to do. And some guys, like, they come in that first year and you don't ever have to say a word for them. We like to coach those guys, I remember Stevie Thompson. I don't think I ever said a thing to Stevie in the 4 years he was with us. In fact, Ronnie Cycli got mad at me once because he told me, "You never yell at Stevie." So I started yelling at Stevie, like, Stevie, what the heck? Why are you working so hard? Why are you doing everything I ask you to do? Why don't you make any mistakes? So I yelled at him for a couple minutes. Ronnie didn't like that.
The next one's toward the back on the right of the aisle.
Chris Carlson from the Syracuse Media Group. Jim, at the start of the season, Malachi was shooting a bunch of threes. Obviously, he took over against Virginia, driving the ball. How did you guys get him from point A to point B this year?
Well, I mean, he likes to get to the basket, and I think he's at his best when he does both. The Virginia game, we talked at halftime that we were not getting to the basket. We were going side to side too much. And we just talked about him going. And I think once he goes and gets to the basket, gets to the foul line, I think it loosens him up a little bit. He starts to feel better about his three. And after he got to the basket, he hit a couple threes. But he's at his best when he really does both things. And that's what we like to see him do.
Down in the front on the left side.
Brett Friedlander, Wilmington Star News. Jim, when preparing for a team to play them the third time, knowing that you guys both do what you do you try to change things up to give them a different look, or do you just say, here's what we do, stop it?
We just try to do what we do better. That's all. It's a little too late in the year to be experimenting.
On the left side, Shannon.
Shannon Spake, ESPN. Hey, Coach. Talking to your players yesterday and just spending some time with them, they just seem very businesslike. And I know that this is a business trip, but they're extremely focused, and you don't see a whole lot of emotion out of them. And I'm just wondering, I know you just spoke about personalities of individuals, but can you talk to the personality of this entire group?
Well, they take after their coach, who has no personality. So, they've been a good group all year through the adversity. They just kept going. I think it's hard for a team when you lose. Most of the good teams, and certainly the good teams that are here, they had a glitch here, a glitch there during the season. And, you talk them through that. I've had teams like that, and you talk them through that one glitch. We've had like a series of glitches this year where we've had to kind of get through it. And they've been very, through it all, they come in the next day and they work hard and try to do things better. I think we've really been a consistent team from that aspect. We haven't been a consistent team as far as winning, but there's a lot of reasons for that, including the difficulty of the league and the teams in the league, and the schedule that we played in the league was very difficult. And so I think to get through all that, you kind of have to be on an even keel. If you were getting up and down a lot, it'd been a really roller coaster. And I think they've been good. They haven't gotten that excited. I mean, they're happy to be here, but they're not just happy to be here. They want to play well and do well here.
Continuing with questions for Coach Boeheim. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We have one on the right side of the aisle.
Matt Schneidman with the Daily Orange. Jim, this is also Todd Blumen's fifth Final Four. I know he started in '86, and I guess how has he stayed with the program, and what has he meant, even though it's maybe a role that not many people talk about?
Well, Todd was here about 10 years before I even realized he was still here. I think he was undergraduate for about 9, and he's been our video coordinator for a long time. It's always good to have people who know the program, know what the drill is, know what I'd like. The great thing about having assistant coaches that played for you, they know your personality, what there is, and they know how to adjust to you and what you need done. They get things done on a daily basis without asking, without having me to talk to them about it. And to have Todd and the coaches that I have who've been through it, know what we do, how we do things, and how I'm going to react to things, I think is a big plus for our program. The consistency that the players get year in and year out, I think is so important. And we've had the same strength coach now for quite a few years, the same trainer for quite a few years, and the same people in the office. All that, I think, just makes it easier. Makes it easier.
If you have a question for Coach Boeheim, please raise your hand. We'll send a microphone in your direction. Any further questions for Coach Boeheim right now? There's one all the way in the back on the right side. There's two.
Hey, Coach. Mark Ziegler, San Diego Union Tribune. I know you and Steve Fisher are good friends. You're both 71. Who's going to retire first? and as a corollary to that, what is the secret for both of you guys? You just seem so refreshed. And
I feel the same as I did 10 or 20 years ago. I probably feel better. I'm doing Pilates two times a week now for 2 years, and the 10 or 15 years before that, I didn't work out. So I'm probably in better shape now. I'm in the weight room a little bit now, which I didn't do for the 20, 30 years before that, since I stopped playing. So I feel healthy. My kids, they keep you going. Teenagers, I got 3 of them. I think all those things, they help you. But I've always felt the same. I feel the same now as I did 20 years ago or 30 years ago. I might have a couple more aches and pains, but I feel mentally the same. I feel better in terms of doing the job because you're putting even more into it because you know you're not going to be doing it that much longer. But I've never known how long I'm going to coach. And I still don't know how long I'm going to coach. That's not something I think about. I've never talked about my contract or the length of it for years, and I'm, still not talking about it. I just know that you could retire tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. It just depends what happens. Al McGuire once told me, he said, one day I was driving to work, and I come down the ramp and I turn right. And the day I turn left, I'm not going to work anymore. And he turned left one day. That was it. So I'm going to turn left someday too.
We have another question to the right of the aisle, CL.
CL Brown with the ESPN.com over here. A lot of the guys were talking about defensively. They feel like you guys have gotten better since the last game in Chapel Hill. I was wondering, from your perspective, just what is better about the defense now than that last meeting?
I think we're rebounding a little bit better over the last few games in the tournament, and a little bit at the end of the year too. I think our defense is pretty similar. I think it's been pretty good all year long. Our offense has been the weak spot for us over the course of the season. We really shot the ball well in Atlantis, and that's why we won the tournament down there. We shot close to 50% from the 3 and 50% from the field. We haven't done that since. But, again, I think overall, our defense has been pretty good this year, given the personnel that we have.
We have a couple more questions just to the right of the aisle.
Matt Schneidman with the Daily Orange. Jim, after Dayton game, you said, Tyler Roberson could have 4 rebounds the next game and those 18 wouldn't really matter. Are the 8, 9, and 12 that he's had since then kind of the consistency you're looking for from him?
Yeah, I mean, we need him. We need every player to be consistent, and for the most part, our players have been consistent, and their effort has been consistent throughout, and Tyler's effort has gotten better, and that's important, that it has gotten better. And I think he's learned to fight through adversity and maintain his consistency better this year. Obviously, I'd hoped for that last year, and sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. But I think he's, as I said many times, we need 7 guys to play. We need production and effort and and results from 7 guys to be effective at this level. You know, we have weaknesses more so than we would like to, and everybody has to be in. Everybody has to be all in. One guy or 2 guys aren't going to carry this team anywhere.
In that same area, Mike.
Mike Waters, Syracuse Media Group. Jim, has your full court press ever been as effective as it was last weekend in Chicago? And is that something that you only use when you're down late, or do you ever use it early or ahead?
You know, we used to press all the time. We had better personnel for it. Our personnel is not good suited for it right now. It was good for 4 minutes against Virginia and 2 minutes against Gonzaga. I wouldn't trust it too much longer than that, and I didn't. We took it off when we took the lead with 5 minutes to go in the Virginia game because I didn't think it was that good. Even though we got a couple steals, Virginia shot themselves in the foot. They missed a layup. They walked. They made a bad turnover. They did the right things. They were in the right position, but they didn't execute. And when you give a team 2-on-1s and they miss 2 or 3 of them and they're a good team, the odds are that they're not going to miss the next couple. And that's why we got out of the press. Our press is very, very not good. That's what it is. It's very not good. We used it once this year that it was successful, Virginia Tech, and it was successful because they went down and missed 2 layups. That's not a good press. That's bad offense. We tried it against several other teams, and we gave up about 90% shooting in those other situations. If you actually went back and documented it, I don't do that because I got a pretty good idea. It probably wasn't 90, it was probably 80. But our press was not effective. People went through it like it wasn't there. Louisville comes to mind, a few other teams come to mind. But I think a press can work. We work on it. It's not like we don't work on it and then we're going to use it. A lot of teams do that with zones. They don't work on it, and then they try to use it in a game, and they wonder why it doesn't work. We practice our press from the first day. You know that. You were there. We practice it. Actually, we practice almost every day for 4 weeks, and then during the season, we don't use it as much. But we do practice it, and we practiced it one day before the Virginia game. But the players did an unbelievable job in it. And Virginia's players made a couple mistakes that they normally wouldn't make. And the reason we wouldn't press in the beginning of the game, because we know we're going to be in a tough game. We know that they're probably going to be ahead of us because the 3 times we played them, they've been ahead of us. We don't want to press them and give them 2 baskets that they can get ahead of us easier. We'd like to make it hard for them to get ahead of us if they're going to. So, that's why we don't use it. We just, even really good pressing teams don't press some teams because they don't want to give up easy baskets. And we're not a really good pressing team. And there are not many really good pressing teams anymore because it's hard to press good teams. Good teams, whenever you press, you double team the ball. And if you're double teaming the ball, there's a guy open. And good teams find that guy. But again, in a desperate situation, at least we have something we can go to. If we didn't have it against Virginia Tech, we definitely wouldn't have been in this tournament like people thought we maybe shouldn't have been. But if we'd have lost that game to a pretty good team, we wouldn't have been in. They would have been 11-7 in the ACC. Whoops, almost slipped. Damn that word. She knew. 40 years, what do you want, But anyway, they would have been in the tournament, and we would have been out of the tournament if we didn't make those plays. And the press always seems to help you once or twice, but if it's not a really good press, it's not something we would use. When I played, we pressed every game for 40 minutes, every game. We had some guys, we had Dave Bing and a couple other guys who were pretty good at it. But, so that's the press. I guess we covered that one.
Let's move over to the right side all the way toward the back.
I can do a clinic here if you want. I only do clinics on the 2-3 zone, though, so I can't really do one on anything else. 200 I've done in the last number of years.
Way over to the right, Coach.
Hi, Jim. Lee Feinswag. Speaking of 40 years, do you keep in touch with, or have you, with Roy Danforth? And do you have any recollections that you'd like to share the 75 Final Four?
Yeah, Roy was up. We had the whole team up this year, right at the end of the year. And we had a little party afterwards with those players. We had great memories. I mean, that was one of the greatest things. Well, at that time, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to Syracuse basketball. We beat #1 team in the country, North Carolina. Phil Ford, Mitch Kupchak, Walter Davis, Tom Lagarde. I think John Kuster was our 5th star. No, it might not have been. But anyway, I know 4 of them. That's pretty good. It was unbelievable win and an unbelievable team, how they played, and then beat Kansas State and tie the game with 5 seconds to go down 2. It was a great thing. It was great to see Roy. He's been back a few times. He was a freshman coach when I was on the varsity, and then of course I worked with Roy. Really, it was really good to see all those guys back in Syracuse.
We'll be joined in just a moment by Trevor Cooney and Michael Benajay from Syracuse with Coach Boeheim. But right now we're continuing with questions for Coach. If you have a question for Coach Boeheim, raise your hand. Any further questions for Coach Boeheim at this time?
Want me to tell some stories, or are you okay? Well. No, wait here a minute. Somebody will come up with a question. They'll get embarrassed.
I thought they were excited about the clinic.
Uh-huh.
I thought they were excited about the clinic. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we'll send the microphone steward in your direction. If not, we'll wait for the student athletes to get here. They'll be here in just a moment. Oh, we have one.
Hey, Jim. Mark Bradley from Atlanta. What's your since we have time here, what's your introduction in your clinic on the 2-3 zone?
It's pretty much standard. This is like Jim Boeheim, and this is all he knows, so we're going to have him talk about 2-3 zone, I think. But I tried one clinic to start out with something else, and there was 400 coaches there, and they all started getting restless, and I knew right away. I said, okay, all right, we'll talk about it. It's amazing. You do 4 or 5 a year, and probably I used to do 10, and high school coaches come up to me every clinic I've ever done and said, thanks, Coach, we used it, we won the state championship, and that's a good feeling when that happens. College coaches aren't going to use the zone because they played man-to-man as a player, and they coached for somebody who played man-to-man, and they got their first job playing man-to-man, and they're not going to come in and change their philosophy. I think more coaches are using a little zone now as a change, and when the other thing isn't working. So I think it's a little bit, but coaches are going to pretty much stick with what they've always done, I think.
We're joined now by student athletes from Syracuse, Trevor Cooney and Michael Benajay. Their teammates are in the locker room for your questions and answers, and we'll take questions now for all 3, both Michael and Trevor and Coach Boeheim. If you have a question, please raise your hand. There's one to the right of the aisle.
Jim, can you tell me, what this kind of means for someone like Daewon Coleman that's been through all these injuries and to have this opportunity? I know he was there as a freshman, but now to be a contributing member more and just kind of have this opportunity. What he does well against UNC specifically, I guess, because he's had good games.
Daewon's really improved as the season's gone along, which you would hope after not playing for 2.5 years practically. I think he's had a great year. I think he's got potential to now that he's getting this time, that he stays healthy to even be better. But he's a very important player for us in the middle, and I'm really happy for him because he's a guy that I know we've never had a guy that couldn't play for 2 years and had to rehab every day for 2 years. And his rehabs, it's not like what adults get hurt and they have to rehab an injury, and they go to the guy for 30 minutes, and that's their rehab. He rehabs for 3 hours a day. He did it every day for 2 years, summer, spring, fall, winter, without the ability to play in a game. I don't know if I could have done that. I mean, it's a hard rehab, and he never hesitated. I don't think he ever missed a day in 2 years, and I'm happy that he's been able to get back and be able to play, really. Going into this year, I would say we were 50-50 that he would last 10 games. So we're happy that he's been able to get through this. It's been great. I know his teammates really admire what he's put himself through. Could you see yourself doing that, Trevor and Mike?
No, not like the way Daewon did it, no.
It's a great story. Really is. It's a great story.
Just a reminder, while joining us here in the main interview room, please refrain from the use of flash photography. Also, no video recording devices, including mobile phones, just if you guys want to check that out. If you have a question for Trevor or Michael or Coach Boeheim, please raise your hand. We have one up front. Please remember to state your name and media outlet and then address your question.
Brett Friedlander, Wilmington Star News. Michael, what did you get out of the experience that you had at Duke, and in what ways have you grown most since you've been at Syracuse?
I think the whole Duke experience was just an eye-opener for me. Coming out of high school, I thought I was ready to play, and I kind of found out that I wasn't. I think one of the biggest things I took from my whole Duke experience was just how to approach the game of basketball from a work ethic standpoint. Coming out of high school, I wasn't in good shape, and I was always tired when I was at Duke, and that was just a huge focus for me leaving. It's just making sure I was in shape.
We have a follow-up. Hold on for the microphone.
And how have you grown? In what ways have you grown most since being at Syracuse?
The best thing is I don't yell at him anymore, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Just as I've been at Syracuse, I think I learned a lot, both on and off the court. And I think from a maturing standpoint, I think I matured into a young man.
If you have a question for our student athletes or for Coach Boeheim, please raise your hand. We'll send the microphone in your direction. Any further questions for Coach or for the student athletes from Syracuse? Oh, we have one more. Third row center.
Jay Alter, WAER. Trevor, you were part of the team that went to Atlanta a couple of years ago. What lessons have you been sharing with the younger guys that haven't been through an experience like this?
That was just an amazing run that we went on as a team. And I've told the guys, I've learned from those experiences, just how to come together as a team and a group and to play for each other. And that's what I've been telling these guys. But when you get to the Final Four, you kind of have to take everything in. The court's a little bit different, and good thing we were able to practice there yesterday.
Continuing with questions. On the left side toward the front, Shannon.
Shannon Spake, ESPN. For both of you guys, I just asked Coach Boeheim about the personality of this group, and he said he thinks maybe you guys took on the personality of the head coach. If so, what would that be?
Trevor first, then Michael, please.
I don't even know how to answer that one.
Michael?
Shannon, I was joking a little bit. These guys have a good personality. They really do.
We're laid back, I would say. Everyone enjoys everyone's company. Everyone hangs out. It's definitely a fun group to be around.
Yeah, overall, the personality, I think as a team as a whole, it's just a very fun environment, but still competitive.
We have time for a few more questions. If there are any, just raise your hand. There's one all the way to the right in the back.
Hey guys, Mike Solarte, Time Warner Cable News, North Carolina. For Michael, your time at Duke, and I apologize if you've been asked this already, but your time at Duke and now you find yourself in the Final Four playing their 8-mile-away rival in this Final Four. Is there some kind of, I don't know, strange symmetry in all that for you, that you were with one school and now you're playing their rival for a different school?
Playing the ACC, Carolina, Duke, Louisville. There's a bunch of good teams at the top, and Carolina's definitely one of them. So you get excited for games like these. But when I was at Duke, the Duke UNC rivalry was something special. But I kind of moved on from that, and I'm just approaching this game as I would any other game right now.
Another question on the left side toward the front.
Varun Raghupathi, WAER. Mike, you have a great relationship with your younger brother, and it's been well documented. What does it mean to you that you're going to be playing in a Final Four in front of him?
I always consider him as him and my mom to be good luck charms. Whenever they come watch me play, I think the team and me overall have good success. So for them to participate in the stands and watch us play, I think it's good for us.
Another one up front to the left.
Trevor, you guys played Carolina tough both times this year. What do you learn from those two games? What do you take from it that you need to get over the hump?
I think it gives us some confidence going into this game. We could play with these guys. We had them at home. They went on a run towards the end of the game, and then we went into Carolina late into the year and played well. And once again, we were there at the end, and we just couldn't get the stop that we needed or score enough to really get back to the game. But I think it just gives us the confidence to go into this game that we could play with these guys. And if we play the way that we've been playing defensively, I think we'll be fine.
Is there a final question for Syracuse at this time? All right, we'd like to thank Trevor and Michael and Coach for joining us. Good luck tomorrow evening, fellas. Check the room with the couches, maybe? The Syracuse locker room will close in just about 1 minute. At 2:15, we'll be joined here by Roy Williams of North Carolina. From 2:15 to 2:50, the North Carolina locker room will be open. Student athletes will be available for interviews in the locker room. From 2:15 to 2:35, the 5 projected starters for North Carolina will be available in the media breakouts. We'll be right back here in about 25 minutes with Coach Roy Williams. Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, from the main interview room here at NRG Stadium, Houston, Texas, the Final Four in 2016. I wanted to remind everybody before we get into North Carolina's media availability session that from 3:45 to 4:45, it's your chance to interview Turner CBS talent related to March Madness and the Final Four. In the hospitality room directly across here from the media center, Jim Nance will be available, as well as Grant Hill, Bill Raftery, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Greg Gumbel, Tracy Wolfson, and more. Your opportunity to get interviews with those Turner CBS talent and personalities. That's 3:45 to 4:45 in the hospitality room directly across from the media center here at NRG Stadium. Turner, CBS talent, 3:45 to 4:45. If anybody has any questions about that, feel free to ask. I'll give you the details, even though I just gave them to you. I will give them to you again. I'm committed to giving them to you again. University of North Carolina is up next, the fourth of the Final Four teams. We'll have an open locker room featuring student athletes from North Carolina from 2:15 to 2:50 p.m. Also during that time, 2:15 to 2:50, the head coach Roy Williams will join us here in the main interview room. From 2:15 to 2:35, the projected starting five student athletes from North Carolina are available in breakout sessions. And at 2:40, from 2:40 to 2:50, we'll be joined not only by head coach Roy Williams, but by student athletes Bryce Johnson and Marcus Page. Senior Tar Heel student athletes will join us here on the dais in the main interview room. If anybody has any questions about that schedule, feel free to come up and ask. Coach Williams joins us in just a few moments. These reminders while joining us here in the main interview room: please ensure that your cell phone is on silent. Please refrain at all times from using flash photography, as well as any video recording devices that includes handheld cameras, mini cameras, and camera phones. We ask that you don't shoot any social media video while joining us in the main interview room at all this week and weekend. Those breakout sessions are available for social media interviews. The locker room sessions are available for video and social media interviews, but not here in the main interview room. No recording of any kind, with the exception of this one camera crew up front and to the left. The satellite information remains the same as it has all week and weekend. If you need those details, please ask me or a representative from Hammond Communications in the back of the room. And just a reminder, when you have a question for Coach or for any of our student athletes here, please raise your hand. We'll send one of our microphone stewards to you. Danny and Justin and Sierra and Joe have been doing a great job for the last 2 days. They'll bring the microphones in your direction. You can state your name and media outlet and then present your question. Head coach Roy Williams of the North Carolina Tar Heels will join us in just a moment. Coach Williams has arrived here with us at the main interview room. A reminder that the projected Tar Heel starters are available in media breakout sessions at this time. The remaining student athletes are available in the North Carolina locker room for interviews as well. Coach, how are you? Good. Coach, you want to do questions or you want to make a statement at the beginning? Just get right into it. That's what I figured. That's what I figured. We're joined now by Roy Williams, the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. Let's have questions for Coach Williams, beginning on the right side of the room.
It's not working.
It's that yellow microphone, and we'll ask that you state your name and media outlet before you ask your question.
Hi, Coach Ralph Russo with the Associated Press. If I can get something a little off topic of the game, transfers get talked about a lot at this time of the year. I'm wondering if you have any policies that you tend to follow on players leaving the program, any restrictions that you consider putting on players, and do you think it would be easier if there was just a standardization across all conferences, the NCAA in general?
Fairly complicated question. I'm going to try to make sure I can get all of them. I've been very, very, very fortunate. I think that I've had 8 transfers in 28 years. All 8 of those transfers, we gave them their complete release, period, the end. We have such a massive number of kids that transfer nowadays because of everybody wanting instant gratification, and coaches in some way have been blamed for that, and we have absolutely nothing to do with it. It's the want of need of instant gratification, the culture that we have. If things don't work out, just leave and go somewhere else. I really don't believe coaches are responsible for 1/10 of them, but it is a tremendous issue. Some people could say it's a tremendous problem, and I would probably lean a little bit in that direction. But if a young man does not want to be in my program, and I'm going to try to help him. We've even had guys that have transferred from us before that come back and see games, come back to reunions and things like that. But I've been very, very fortunate. I want to emphasize that. I think I've only had 8 transfers in 28 years as a coach. Yeah, 28 years. The different item now is the transfer for a 5th-year guy, a guy who has already graduated. And that one really is a hard situation. I've got some friends who, and I don't think they'll mind me using it like this, that be below, say, the top 50 programs, and they coach a guy for 3 years, and he has a medical red shirt 1 year, and then all of a sudden you're getting ready to have him for his best year, and then he leaves. And that's hard on that guy. And yet, everybody's doing it. I've had one. And so it's hard. We try to make decisions. Can that player really help us? Is he going to fit in with our other players? And now, can we get him in school? And so we try to answer all 3 of those questions. And the tough thing is we have to answer them so quickly. But the transfer issue is one of the biggest negatives that we have going on in college basketball. Is that close to answering all of it? Thank you.
Next question is just to the right of the aisle over here, Coach.
Hey, Roy, Sam Blum from the Daily Orange. I'm curious, in your scouting and in the first 2 games you played against Syracuse, what you've seen from DaJuan Coleman and how he's kind of done well against your team in the offensive glass.
He has. He's been a good rebounder for him, a good inside scorer, blocked some shots. DaJuan is really gifted. I went up to see him play when he was a high school youngster, and Jimmy came to the practice session too, and I said, well, I'm probably wasting my time, but I really thought he was a big-time player, and you're right, he's played well against us, and we've got to understand that and see if we can hope that he doesn't play as well tomorrow.
We have another question to the right of the aisle toward the back.
Yeah, hi, Roy Archbander, San Francisco Examiner, other sites.
You're old like me, you've been around, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the story's been told North Carolina a lot, but the Justin Campbell story and you giving him the scholarship and what he's gone through seems to be a great human interest story. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Justin Coleman.
Justin Coleman, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, you had me worried for a minute. I thought I didn't know all my players, but then I realized who you were talking about. J. Cole had a tremendous accident when he was in high school. was told that he'd never play basketball again, was going to be a challenge to walk and do all those normal things. Then he was involved in a terrible car accident involving a motorcycle and someone was killed. He's been challenged about as much as I can ever imagine any individual being challenged. Came back and not only played, but played on our JV team for a couple of years. Just a wonderful, wonderful kid and a wonderful smile. The only player I've ever coached that if you ask him a question, he talks 10 times more than I do. And, you know, he's a unique individual, but it really is. You think as a youngster, you're told that you're never going to play basketball again, and it may be difficult for you to ever even walk again. And you come back from that and think about being involved in a car accident where someone is killed. And, I mean, it really is truly one of those warm, fuzzy, good-feeling stories about it. Did you have a follow-up?
Let's get the microphone back over.
Yeah.
Sorry. Why did you give him the scholarship at the beginning of the season after 2 walk-ons, after 2 years of walk-on?
It was really a neat deal. We ended up having a scholarship. And basketball at North Carolina, we make quite a bit of money. I love our athletic department, but I love kids more. And J. Cole was with us last year and did a great job. And so I pulled him out of the meeting that I was having with the team. And I said, son, I've got a scholarship, and we're not going to keep it in our pocket. You've done such a great job for us. I want you to enjoy it. This will be nice for you, but a heck of a lot nicer for your mom and dad. We're going to put you on full scholarship. And then I walked into the meeting, and I said, guys, I want everybody to say hello to J. Cole, our newest full scholarship player on our team. And it was a great, great, warm, fuzzy feeling reaction from all his teammates. They really got excited. But he's just the kind of kid that you like to do things for. And I think I'm right on this. 28 years as a head coach, I've had at least one walk-on every team and had as many as 5. And I love what they add to our team.
On the left side of the aisle?
Yep.
Hi, Courtney Wren with UT Reporting Sports. In 1968, the Final Four was also in Houston, and it was a very historic set of games and really kind of changed the way basketball was covered. And it was also in the Astrodome, one of the first times to have such a big arena for basketball. How do you think college basketball and this tournament has really evolved since that historic Final Four?
I'm only pausing for a second. You realize that I was a senior in high school. You were about 30 years before you were born. You know, so it's hard for me to figure out how my eggs evolved at breakfast this morning, much less what's happened since 1968. But I think we stayed for quite a while in relatively large but not massive arenas after that. I think the Astrodome was the first one. It was really, and I think also I think the year before us when UCLA and Houston played, and that was even a bigger change. But I think they changed the arenas at that time, probably 20, maybe 30 years later, where they wanted the massive arenas to let the massive crowds of people in. Everybody talks about the sight lines and how far away you are, but the bottom line is you're in the crowd for a Final Four game, and you should be excited about it. But dollar drives everything, and if they can sell 50 or 60,000 seats as opposed to 21,000, that's what they'd like to do. Okay. Wow. I just got a note up here, and some of you guys know this or know this person. That Tom Butters, great athlete in his own right, and the athletic director at Duke just passed away last night. I don't know if I was supposed to be the person to announce that, but I will say this, that Tom Butters was awfully nice to young Coach Roy Williams when I first got to Kansas, and he should be applauded and has been applauded many years for sticking with Mike Krzyzewski when the first couple of years were really tough. But Tom Butters was great to me, so I think the athletic world and the NCAA tournament committee lost one of their, I think, initial members and the whole bit, but that's a sad day.
All the way in the back toward the left.
Jerome Solomon from the Houston Chronicle. Hey, Roy, Jay Wright said earlier that when he played you guys in '09, he could tell midway through the game, early in the game, that his team wasn't ready to play, and they went during the week and just soaked it all in and tried to only focus in practice and in meetings. This time he's put on more of a lockdown, that they're only together, they're not out with family and friends and soaking it all in. What's your philosophy? Are you a soak it all in guy with them, or are you locking them down?
Well, we're not locking them down, and I think every coach has got to do what they're comfortable with. And I've been fortunate. I've played. This is our 8th time at this, and that doesn't mean I'm any smarter than anybody else. It means I've had really good players. But I've seen it work certain different directions and seen some others that didn't work. I try to mold into what I think would fit this particular team. In 2005, I thought my club was really focused because everybody sort of talked about they had great talent, but they weren't a great team, that Illinois was a much better team. And so we focused on that, but yeah, we tried to have some fun. In 2009, I had 3 guys basically that came back to school with the purpose of trying to win a national championship, and it was a great, great year. In 2009, we had 8 seniors, 8 guys graduated, and 3 guys drafted in the first round and 1 in the second round, and it was good. But that team was so focused. I didn't really worry much about that team at all. This team is sort of along those lines that we have right now. We went to the Sloop dinner last night. We let them do some things out. We have a meeting late at night with snack, which ends up about 12-course meal, and ice cream station and things like that, and try to give them a last second or two thought before we send them to bed. But we're allowing them to do different things, do things with their families. But, there's not a lot of time. I mean, you realize this morning we got up at 9:30, we had breakfast at 10. We taped between 10:30 and 11:30. We left at 11:30 to go to practice. We got to practice at 12. We finished. We came straight over here. We've been here 10 minutes. We're at the press conference, and we're going to do this for an hour or so, whatever. And then we're going to go out and have some shoot in front of the public, and then we'll finish that at 4 o'clock. So I haven't had to lock them down. They've had to be here. But Jay's doing what he thinks comfortable for him and his program. And I like our guys to experience the Final Four. And Coach Smith, 100 years ago, his whole philosophy was to keep everybody away. And I remember 1981, we played in Philadelphia. We stayed on the other side of Villanova. We got beat by Indiana in the national championship game. In 82, we were fortunate enough to get back, and we're playing in New Orleans. And we're trying to discuss where we're going to stay. And I said, Coach, what would you think about let's stay in downtown New Orleans, let them realize that we're in the mix to the Final Four. I said, it didn't work last year. And he said, yeah, you're right. Why don't we try that and see if it works? We won it. And that's about one of only 2 or 3 things I ever gave Coach Smith in 10 years. He carried me for 10 years. I think I gave him 2 or 3 suggestions.
Let's go over to the right side, all the way to the back.
Coach Mike Solarte, Time Warner Cable News. You see this a lot with the ACC, playing teams twice in the regular season and then a third time, oftentimes in the tournament. And the saying is, beating a team a third time when you've won the first 2 is very, very difficult. Why is that so difficult? Why is that the biggest challenge, one of the biggest challenges you guys face as coaches in beating a team a third time?
I think the first premise is you got to agree with that statement, because I'm not so sure it is. If you're better than me, you can probably beat me 20 times. Now, the difference is in our Syracuse game, the games went right down to the wire. Both games within the last 3 or 4 minutes, especially at our place. I think it was like 2.5 minutes, we were up 1 and had the ball and scored and took it to 3. At their place, with about 5 minutes to go, I think it was still 1 or 2 possession games. Golden State this year has beaten a lot of people 4 or 5 or 6 times. And I'm not trying to compare us to Golden State, but I guarantee you in the locker room that coach doesn't talk about, well, my God, we've already beat them 7 times, beating them 8's really, really hard. So the best example I can give, 2 of them. One Jimmy gave yesterday in '84. Again, before half of you guys were born. Villanova played Georgetown twice in the regular season. Georgetown, won both of them. All right? And then Villanova upset, but what people don't realize is Villanova was really, really close in those other games as well. Jimmy told that story yesterday. In '09, we played Michigan State in the ACC Big Ten in Detroit, and we were great that day. We caught Tommy's club on not a very good day, and we beat them pretty easily. Now we got to play them again for the national championship, and that's when people were saying it was going to help the economy of Michigan and Detroit. That's my favorite statement. I said, let's let the economy suffer for another day, okay? But I told our guys we can beat them worse, So it depends on the different level, but I think with the close games that we've had, those things don't mean anything. And in college basketball, it's different. I told Brad Brownell one time, maybe that was 09. We played Clemson 3 times that year. We had 3 close games. They could have won all 3 games, and we won all 3. If they had won one of those games, or if they hadn't played us and had played some other team, they might have made the tournament without playing in the play-in game. That's the year they had to play in the play-in game and then travel all night, and it was difficult for them. But so I'm not telling my guys it's difficult. I'm telling us those games have nothing to do with it. Mike, sorry about a long answer.
All good, Coach. We're going to go to the center, to Shannon.
Hey, Coach. Shannon Spake, ESPN. I spoke with Brad Doherty this week, and I do have a question for you, but if you could just confirm that you coached him in Pee Wee basketball. Is that correct?
Started in the 4th grade.
4th grade. Obviously, I know you coached at his high school as well, but
Yeah.
he did tell me that, so I wanted to confirm that. One thing.
Let's confirm one thing, too. When I left, he was an 8th grader, and he was a 5'11", little overweight kid who didn't really care that much. And then all of a sudden, then 5 years later, he was one of the great prospects and great players there was.
He did tell me that one thing that he would, if he had the opportunity to talk to these players, is to tell them try not to live up to the success of the past teams. Try not to, be in their shadow. How have you addressed sort of the legends and the games that have preceded them?
Shannon, I really haven't addressed them yet, but I've told them what I told the 2005 team, for example, in the locker room after the game. We won a national championship, and I was very lucky. Coach Smith came in the locker room. Michael Jordan came in the locker room. And I told them, I said, North Carolina basketball is Dean Smith, Phil Ford, Michael Jordan. But now for the rest of your lives, North Carolina basketball is also going to be Sean May, Marvin Williams. It's going to be the 2005 team. That's the only thing I've sort of gone back in the background, except for the war stories. My guys can tell you, I can tell more war stories than anybody in history. And so I tell them about past players and things that we have done all the time. But I think Brad's right. The fact that this is our 19th Final Four doesn't give us any edge. The fact that this play in Syracuse, and we've already played them twice, doesn't give us any edge. Tomorrow's difference maker is going to be who plays the best on tomorrow's game. And then if we play really, really well and get lucky, perhaps they'll let us stay around and play again the next day or 2 days later.
Staying in the front on the left side.
Luke DeCock, Raleigh News and Observer. The last couple of questions have kind of ended up referencing the 05 and 09 teams, and obviously this team is constructed differently, has different kinds of players, and you could debate the talent level or whatever, but it does seem like, from the outside at least, it's similar to those teams in that they were all teams that were kind of at the end of a journey that they'd gone on. The 05 team going through some tough times, 09 getting close and not, and then this team has been on that progression that we've talked about. Is there, in your mind, that similarity there, or is that just something that we see from the outside?
No, Luke, I think you're right, and you can quote me on that. How many times have I said you're right? That's pretty good. But Russ, Luke, you think back to 05, and we had Jackie and Jawad and Melvin that had gone 8-20. 09, we were crushed at the Final Four in 08. I remember Bobby Frazier walking in the locker room at the Final Four and said, let's remember how we felt last year. And then I think this team has got a single-minded purpose to do everything they can possibly do. Now we've got to get the other teams we're playing to cooperate and help us a little bit, kind of thing. But I think they've got a pretty much of a single-minded purpose, and perhaps that attitude that 05 and 09 had is similar to some of the thoughts that these kids have had.
We have a few more minutes before we'll be joined by student athletes from North Carolina. If you have any questions for Coach Williams, please raise your hand.
And if you don't have any, that's okay.
And if you don't have any, that's okay.
All right, guys, thank you all very much. Should I wait up here to these guys? He said I have to wait, but it's okay to get over here so everybody's not looking up here, looking how silly me and you look.
I said a lot more polite than
All right, Shannon.
We'll go back to Shannon.
Since we've got you and we've got a little time, any good Brad Doherty stories from 4th grade that I could text him about and give him a hard time about?
I'll tell you this. When I went to Owen High School, they had, this is a war story, but Brad will like it. Guy hired me right out of college as a head coach because my old elementary school principal told him to hire me. And He said, Roy, we've gone 5 straight years of winning 6 or fewer games. And I said, Mr. Lytle, I promise you I'll change that. And I did. We stretched that sucker to 7 because my first year we went 2-19. But the first kids that I put out there as 9th graders, it was the first organized basketball game they'd ever played. We had to go through that when you're shooting a free throw, the other team has the inside position. When there's a jump ball, you face your basket. We had to go through stuff like that. And everybody else that we played had programs that started in the 4th grade and some of them even a little lower. So that was my challenge, was to try to start something for the elementary kids. So we did it every Saturday morning for 9 straight weeks during the winter as we brought the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders to the high school, and we did clinics using my players. And I got the recreation department to give us some money, and I paid my players $2 an hour. And they would come in and help coach the little kids. And Brad Daugherty's group, 5 of those guys came to our first clinic as 4th graders and then kept coming back. And gosh, I'll have to add it up to tell you the year, but probably 82, 5 of those kids that started coming to my Saturday morning clinics were the starting lineup for the Owen High School Warhorses in the state championship game. They lost, but all 5 of those kids that started with us on the Saturday mornings programs were the starters in the state championship game. But Brad was the big sucker. He was Brad Daugherty never gets a lot of credit as the best player ever played at North Carolina, and he was one of the great ones. But I would say he was probably the most efficient player I've ever seen. He led the entire nation in field goal percentage his last year when he was our leading scorer and the focus of everybody else's defense. Every coach before they left the locker room would say, we got to do a great job on Daugherty. And for example, we played UCLA that year, and I think Brad was 13 for 13. So the big fella, in addition to being one of the funniest guys I've ever known in my life, it was really a big-time player. And when he left Cleveland, before some guy named LeBron came along, I think Brad was the leading scorer and the leading rebounder in Cleveland Cavaliers history. I know you guys wanted a history lesson on Brad. Thank you. Are we all right, Mark?
We have a minute or two before Bryce and Marcus get here. Any further questions for Coach Williams?
Mark gets paid by the hour.
By the question, Coach.
All right, ask some questions. My man needs some help up here.
We have one up to the left,
Okay.
Luke.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm not sure there's anything left to ask about Marcus Page at this point.
Yeah.
But so tell us something that we still don't know about Marcus Page. As long as we're here.
Wow. Been one of the most decorated, most discussed, most adorned with awards. I mean, he's covered everything from his freshman year to being one of the most criticized to one of the most effective players ever in North Carolina history to accomplish the most. But Luke, you got it right. Do you know he doesn't like to ride in full elevators? Gotcha. He doesn't like to ride in full elevators. He has 8 teammates get on an elevator. He will wait for the next one to go up. My boy's a little claustrophobic about elevators. See, I can always help you, Luke. I can always help you.
Is there one more question that'll get us to the appearance of the North Carolina student athletes? Intrepid journalists out there?
All right, I got a question. Who's leading the Houston Open after the first round? Good gracious sakes alive. Charlie Hoffman. I do have a couple of those guys coming to the game tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Nobody knows it. Was it Charlie? You know, Charlie started putting a lot better since he cut his hair. Yeah. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to hear that I said that. Charlie wouldn't know me if I stepped in front of him. I'll just wait here, Mark, and I'll talk if you don't have anything. We all right? Yeah. First, what's the best part of your golf game now? Because I go, Coach Katie and I are close. So now he's going to be 80 and 90. So you can think he's still straight and wild, but he's lost a lot of power. Yeah, you know, Mark, my hand got I had 5 69s in my life. I shot 70 at Pine Valley. Just even Paul was the most difficult course, if not the most difficult course I've ever played. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, too. Did you see Kirsch? Okay.
You want to ask me a question or Coach Williams? You want to ask Coach Williams a question?
Oh, yeah. I try to give him airtime. Okay.
Coach, our conversation about golf is going to be interrupted by
We
the
were
New
having a
York
good
Post.
conversation about golf up here. Okay.
Zach from the New York Post has a
Yeah.
question.
Zach Brazilian, New York Post. Roy, Bryce was just talking about he never thought he would get to this level, coming from a small town, and I guess his the summer before his senior year, he played at Peach Jam, and a lot of people started noticing him. What did you notice about him at first, and what are your thoughts about what him saying he never thought he would play at this level?
I do remember the first time seeing Bryce at the Peach Jam, the quick jump, the ability to block some shots around the basket, but the quick bounce, that's the first thing. And we were looking for another inside player, and he was very thin at that time. I guess I just saw a guy that I thought had tremendous potential. We recruited him, liked what he said. When he came to our place, his work ethic wasn't the strongest. Didn't really know how to work the hardest. I've said and gone on record, I pushed him harder than any player I've ever pushed over a 4-year period. Strongly criticized him, maybe more than any player I've ever coached. And at the same time, it's because I thought I saw that there was so much more that he could do. I'm not surprised by him saying that he didn't expect this, but I've seen the guy grow leaps and bounds in front of me. I've seen the guy grow leaps and bounds mentally. And oh, Jesus. Here I'm saying all these good things about Bryce, but I've seen him grow mentally in front of him about his work habits, his work ethic, what he's able to produce. I think he's gotten more confidence as he's played. I say this all the time. Bryce was not a McDonald's All-American. He was a guy that just looked like a prospect, and I still want him to work harder, and the day I die, I'll probably send a message to Bryce, you can do more, but it's the kind of thing with me that I've been extremely proud of where he is now compared to where he was, and I'll be even more proud if he gets to that point that I think he can get to, but other than that, he's really a weird dude.
We'd like to welcome Bryce and Marcus. Thank them for joining us with Coach Williams here for the next 7 minutes.
Yeah,
Just
this
a
press
reminder,
conference has been very dull, so I'm glad you guys are here.
You guys need to spice it up for us.
We got you.
Just a reminder to please refrain from any flash photography or video recording during this time. We have a first question, and it's on the right side, but to the left of the aisle. Name and media outlet, please, first.
Todd Gibson, WNCN TV out of Raleigh. Roy, Isaiah Hicks has really come on. He came from Oxford, Ohio, Oxford, North Carolina, and then he played from the outside at Oxford. He's now a power forward. Just his evolution to become the power forward that he's become.
At Oxford, Leo played him everywhere on the court, really did a nice job helping him develop, but he has such tremendous leaping ability that he's more effective closer to the basket. He's never been, the Kyle Korver three-point shooter. His shot is getting better and better each and every year, but he's also spent quite a bit of time in the weight room. He doesn't look like the same individual that he was when he came, so he is a power player, and with that leaping ability, he's really done some good things.
We're going to continue with questions on the right side to the left of the aisle.
Powell Latimer from the Greensboro News and Record. This is for Marcus. You mentioned, I think after the ACC tournament title game, you guys kind of tore down all the signs that were in the arena and took them with you to the locker room. Did you keep any of those, and which one's your favorite?
Yeah, we kept some of them. We didn't keep all of them. We took a little bit more than we needed, I think. But a couple guys got them signed by the whole team and then put them up where they lived, which was pretty cool. And I'm going to do that with the one I have. I haven't done that yet. But I think Toby Igbuna started at one of our walk-ons. He got everybody to sign it, and then because it says ACC tournament on it. And that was pretty cool, and I hope we can get a couple souvenirs from here.
Continuing with questions, we have one all the way up front on the right side. Come on, Justin. This way. There you go.
Ken Davis with today's U.com. Roy, a couple questions about Marcus. One of the evolution of him as a leader, because it didn't really happen right away. And also when he's a confident guy, but when his confidence got down a little bit this year, what kind of things did you say to him to get out of that?
You know, I think Marcus has been a leader ever since I've known him. His junior year, his high school team won a state championship, and it was with 5 seniors.
Yeah.
He was with 5 seniors, but I thought he was the leader of that team. It comes naturally to him. He's a point guard. It's a part of the position. When he came to us, I handed him the ball because Kendall had left to go to the NBA with 13th pick with Phoenix, and I said, "You're going to run this thing, and I think you're going to be great, and we'll live with the minuses. Just keep trying your best every day, and you'll get better." I thought he was really, as a freshman, he tried to defer somewhat to some of the seniors, but the ball's in his hands during play, so he is the leader. And I think he did a marvelous job then. And basically, since the first day he stepped on the court, he's been a leader, and as good a leader as I've ever had, one by far. This year, when he lost his confidence kind of thing, I'm not so sure he ever lost his confidence. I think he got pretty mad. And I'd say, "Are you all right?" And he'd say, "Yeah." And I'd say, "You want me to leave you alone?" And he'd say, "Yeah." So that was really intelligent coaching on my part. I didn't help him out at anything at all. He just took care of it.
We have a question on the right side of the aisle.
Jeff Michelle from the ACC Digital Network. Marcus, we just heard about your experiences as a freshman. What do you recall about your comfort level being a leader on that team when there were older guys and you were stepping into the role as point guard?
Yeah, I remember being a little bit hesitant to really try to be a leader, especially vocally, because I was the only freshman in the lineup at that time, and we had some older guys that had been around a while. So I was like a little bit intimidated to try to voice and be the voice of the team. But as they kind of accepted me as their point guard, it got a lot easier. And then by the end of the year, I was really confident, and we started playing pretty good basketball. And, you know, I felt like I could say things and not get any backlash or anything. And then from my sophomore year on, I felt like I had at least earned enough respect in the locker room to be able to say some things to some guys, and get on some people like Coach, and hopefully try to light a little fire under them. But everybody's been receptive of it, and that's the biggest thing. So I just try to be an extension of Coach out there, and my teammates let me do it. So happy for them.
On the left side of the aisle.
Ross Martin, 24/7 Sports. For Marcus and Bryce, do you enjoy all this media stuff? You had like 2 days in Philly, you're in a breakout room, media yesterday, you're at the podium now. What are your thoughts on all this media?
We'll have Bryce answer that first, then Marcus.
Well, I mean, honestly, no, I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, coming up from a small town, I mean, there's not a lot of media. There's probably one newspaper. There's not like multiple, and I mean, it's different. I mean, it was a learning experience when I first got here, and it was like, hey, you're going to get hit with a lot of media here, and then with all the other junk that was going on, it doubled. So it was kind of crazy. But I mean, I don't really like it, but I know it's part of the job, and I mean, I do it. So
Marcus.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I talk a lot, so this gives me a chance to talk a lot. So that's one thing. That's one thing. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it, and it gets kind of daunting and exhausting after a while. But it's just part of it. Coach told us earlier, you know, there's a lot of people that would easily trade, you know, spots with us right now and deal with all this to be in the Final Four. So you got to be thankful for it.
Well, unfortunately for some of us, but fortunately for some others, we're out of time. We'd like to thank Bryce and Marcus and Coach Williams for joining us here in the main interview room. Want to wish you guys the best of luck for tomorrow, and we'll see you after the game.
Thank you, Mark.
Just one further reminder, from 3:45 to 4:45 in the hospitality room directly across from our media center here at NRG Stadium, Turner CBS talent are available for interviews. The list includes Jim Nance, Grant Hill, Bill Raftery, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Greg Gumbel, Tracy Wolfson, and others. Turner CBS talent announcer availability 3:45 to 4:45 directly across the media from our media center in the hospitality room. We'll see you tomorrow after the games. Thanks for everything today here in the main interview room from NRG Stadium, the Final Four in Houston.